Previously on My Kitchen Rules.
Let's go!
There is a lot riding on this today, Anna.
The final knockout round delivered an unexpected blow.
You're definitely happy with how it's cooked? Very, very happy, Anna.
When top team, Kathy and Anna,
We gave everything in that dish.
My breast is quite dry.
said a tearful goodbye.
I've learned so much, not just about cooking, but about our relationship.
Then, the judges dropped a bombshell on the final five.
We're going around the country one more time in the ultimate instant restaurant round.
This time, we want choice. 2 entrees, 2 mains, and 2 desserts.
Teams are going back to where it all began. Back in their home kitchens.
Let's rock it.
Yay!
Show them what we can do.
They're yummy.
But new rules.
Which one should we go for entree?
Having two choices is definitely going to introduce some strategies, I think, around the table.
Bring new tactics.
Can we please have the salmon?
Yep. Are you girls very strategic?
You're the sneaky ones here. Ooh. It's a food competition.
At the end of the round,
Where'd you put that stock, babe? What's the stock?
Every mistake matters.
one team will be eliminated.
This is an absolute disaster.
If we don't get this right, we'll go home.
And the 4 surviving teams will get a ticket to the finals.
Think about what's on the line. We can do it. I believe we can.
There's $250,000 to win. That is life changing.
This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. And everything's alright. We live the best life. This is the best night of my life.
We're home. Beautiful Queensland. And now it's our turn to fight for a place in the finals.
And the weather. Hopefully that's not an omen, mate. We're at the pointy end of this competition, and at the end of this instant restaurant round, there's one team that's going home. I mean, there's so much more at stake. This one is tough. I think they would turn to point as in belief, you know. I think we actually think we can win this thing now.
We genuinely never expected to be in top 5, and we're now staring down the barrel of winning. It's massive.
You know, being teachers, how many times have we said to kids, you know, believe in yourself?
Yeah, well, that's right.
You know?
We are so close to that goal. We are going to give this a red-hot crack. It's a great feeling to see our wives and our sons. It's one of those things that has been the hardest part of this competition.
Hello. Oh, feels like years since I've seen you.
We need to go the whole distance here. We need to do it for us, but more importantly, for our families.
Have you been a good boy for Mum?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, he's growing.
But this is a whirlwind reunion. We've got an instant restaurant to run tonight.
I've got to go and shop and get everything ready for the instant restaurant.
Can you buy me a milkshake?
I'll make sure if it fits the budget, we'll get you a milkshake. Let's go.
Our job tonight is to draw a line in the sand. We are going to set a benchmark that the others will need to aspire to.
Well, there we go, mate. Let's get on this.
We want prompt meal service and we want quality food.
This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So
We are driving from one end of the Gold Coast to the other just to secure ourselves the right ingredient.
This is the first ultimate instant restaurant, and I'm expecting big things from the Queenslanders. Paul and Blair's main objective here is to keep calm and collected, and that's going to be a tough call because not only are they doing 3 courses, but they're doing 2 choices per course. That's 6 different dishes, and the guests are choosing what they want on the menu.
2 entrees, 2 mains, 2 desserts.
Double the dishes, same time.
Yeah, how does that work?
We know we've got a lot of work to do. We know we've only got 3 hours prep. We're in top 5 now, so the expectation is so much higher. It's definitely going to be tough.
We want to get some sashimi tuna. We only want about
400
grams thereabouts. For entree 1, we're making wasabi and avocado soup with marinated tuna and a tofu mayonnaise.
See, reading a menu like this is now very impressive because compared to their first instant restaurants, it seems that they've learned a lot. You know, it sounds really good.
Want to get some uncooked green prawns, the large ones?
Your large ones there?
For entree 2, we are making tempura prawns with a beetroot puree.
Beautiful size, aren't they?
It's a whole lot of dishelling.
It is. There's a lot of work to do, but
It's a lot of steak.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of steak. Yeah.
It's that time in the competition where we want to see new techniques, new flavours. If the food's just too simple, we're going to mark accordingly.
Yes, we'll grab one of the salmon too, mate. They look beautiful Tasmanian salmon.
It's a long way to swim. Tasmania to the Gold Coast. They'd be fit.
They'd be fit. You want me to fill it all up for you as well? No, we can have a dig at that.
For the first main, we're doing crispy skin salmon with Moreton Bay bug ravioli. The boys have got their work cut out for them here. They're going to have to cook as many salmons as the guests order perfectly. Beautiful. Let's go.
We had to travel right to the other end of the Gold Coast to get our seafood, but we got premium ingredients. It took a little bit of time, but I think it's worth the effort.
Let's have a look at our list. We don't have a massive amount of stuff to get. Mainly fresh ingredients plus beef cheeks.
For main two, we are making slow-cooked beef cheeks in a soy and orange sauce.
Anyway, mate, just chasing some beef cheeks.
Beef cheeks, no worries. How many we after?
About a dozen.
Yeah, right, no worries. Too easy.
So they're obviously frozen.
They've got beef cheeks, frozen beef cheeks.
How are you going to cook them? 80 hours?
Well, nah, I wish. We're only going to have about 3 hours, I reckon.
3 hours?
We've got frozen beef cheeks. We can't start cooking them until they're defrosted, and we need 3 hours.
Yeah, I hope we've got enough time.
If they don't give those beef cheeks long enough into that pot, it won't be cooked enough, it'll be chewy and nearly inedible.
All right, home sweet home.
Good to be home, but we've got a mountain of work to do.
All right, I'm going to get these beef cheeks out. Yeah, I need them to be defrosted.
The whole idea of the beef cheeks is the words slow cooked.
Still very much frozen.
We can't start cooking them until they defrost.
I'm more worried about the kitchen bench in my hand.
World of defrosting here at the moment, isn't it?
It's game on. We've got to get this restaurant going.
Right, mate, let's get on with this.
Thanks,
Swell
mate.
kitchen, round 2.
We're open for business.
Well, not yet, but we've got some prep to do before that happens, mate.
It's our second instant restaurant.
Calm before the storm, mate.
Yeah.
We have learnt so much during the course of this competition, and the expectation is our 6 meals today don't need to be good. They need to be brilliant.
My first priority is I want to get prepped for the beef cheeks. I want to get them on. I'm very mindful that the longer they're on, the more tender they'll be.
We've got to get our beef cheeks cooking for at least 3 hours. So I've got to put them in the sink with a little bit of water and try and defrost them.
I'll start prepping the rest of the dish because I want to get these in as soon as I can.
To the slow cooker, I'm going to add some beef stock, some Shaoxing rice wine, some oyster sauce and some soy sauce, some orange peel, some star anise, and just a little bit of salt and pepper to season it.
What are you going to get started on, mate?
Straight into that lime sorbet for dessert.
Our choices for dessert are a spice cake with lime sorbet and a salty coconut sauce. Also, a triple chocolate cheesecake.
Just got some caster sugar and some water at the moment. I'm just waiting for that to dissolve.
I find the combination of flavour on this dessert really strange. You've got some spice, you've got some lime, and you've got some salt and some coconut. I don't know, it doesn't seem right for me.
Dessert aren't normally Paul and Blair's thing. It's probably the main thing that could trip them up tonight.
I'm just going to get straight onto the soup as well.
We've got to put out a great entree and main because desserts are still one of our biggest weaknesses.
All right, mate. This is the first ingredient of the soup.
What's that?
A fancy vegetable called cucumber.
Is that fancy, is it?
The balance of flavours in our wasabi and avocado soup is the real concern. We need to make sure that we get enough wasabi in there to justify the name.
It's got half the amount of wasabi in it. It's there, but is it there enough?
I'm thinking a little bit more.
A little bit more?
If I put too much in here, it's really going to blow people's socks off.
I would actually put a little bit more in.
There's one thing I trust Paul with, and that's his palate.
Yeah, that's better.
I think I've got the right flavour now with the soup, so I'm going to set it in the fridge, allow it to chill, but we'll taste it just before serving.
What are you getting on now?
The beef cheeks, I want to get them on. That's pretty much defrosted.
Beef cheeks, defrosted. Put all my ingredients in the slow cookers.
I'm going to cut the beef cheeks in half just to get rid of some of that time I think that would be taken up.
Straight into those slow cookers.
All right, mate. Those beef cheeks are underway and cooking.
And the 3 hours that I need for them to cook starts now.
Right, here we go, mate. The salmon.
Of our 2 mains, it's pretty easy to see that the salmon and Moreton Bay bug ravioli is the trickier of the 2.
If there is any tactical play, well, this is their chance to get at us, so it'll be very interesting to hear the scores come through from the other teams.
The expectation is high. We've got to put up 2 entrees, 2 mains, 2 desserts, but we're going to have high-quality food.
And we're cooking for a whole heap of ladies. And as you know, a group of women together can go one of 2 ways. It can be like a hen's night, or it can be a cat fight.
Ooh.
I'm very glad to see the back of this filleting.
Salmon's done. It's time to move on to the prawns and beetroot puree for entree.
The reason I'm doing the prawns, mate, is because you're on desserts. You can peel a prawn, but I have no knowledge on making desserts.
Tonight at our restaurant, it may not be cordon bleu, but it may be cordon Blair.
Blair, you are definitely more comfortable with desserts than am I.
We love Paulie's sense of humour. Paul cracks me up. Yeah.
And for thus, I call you the dessert queen.
Paul and Blair whipping out the dad jokes.
I'm going to start with half a...
You're going to start with half a?
Yeah.
Mate, that's half your problem.
All you can do is roll your eyes.
We'll have 2 slow cookers. Does 2 slows equal fast?
It's going to be a long night.
It is going to be a long night. The least you can do is laugh at my lame jokes. We're halfway through our prep time, and I'm still working on these beetroots for our entree. They're par-cooked. I'm going to put them in the saucepan and then start cooking them off again with the butter. How are you travelling with your stuff there?
Yeah, just making the base for the cheesecake, mate.
On to one of our desserts, the triple chocolate cheesecake. We're going to get that base sorted and on the go.
Doing the base, I've just got some walnuts, some chocolate biscuits, honey, and coconut butter. One of our biggest concerns is dessert, isn't it, mate? We don't do a lot of them, so I think when we're going to get pressure, that's going to be where it comes from.
We know desserts are our weak point. We've only done desserts twice since we've been in this competition and we didn't get the best results. I've got my three colours, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate.
So as a triple layer, that would be where you got the name from, wouldn't it?
This is my first layer of the triple chocolate cheesecake and I'm going to infuse it with some raspberries, a hidden surprise. I just think with dark chocolate, Paul, the raspberries...
Oh, it's a beautiful marriage,
Great
mate.
combo.
It's a beautiful marriage. Good, mate, looking good.
Well, it's ladies' night, and we know one thing about the ladies. They love chocolate.
Consistency I need for the layers of that cheesecake, nice and smooth.
3 layers of absolute chocolate heaven. What young lady in our restaurant tonight is not going to enjoy that?
Right, 45 minutes till they turn up. I'm just going to quickly whip up this pasta for our main.
For mains, we're making salmon with Moreton Bay bug ravioli. To make our pasta, I simply add 4 eggs and 400 grams of flour with a little bit of olive oil and blitz it until the whole mixture comes together.
I'm just kneading this dough a little bit.
Yeah, mate.
And I'm gonna rest it, but that feels pretty good.
Just with that pasta mix with the dough, make sure you get it right on. We've come too far and sacrificed too much to go home now. We can see the final, we've just got to get there.
We might go and get changed, though.
We need to make ourselves presentable for the ladies.
No, look right. Yeah, it's mine. Oh,
women.
Yeah.
The claws will come out.
For sure.
In this Ultimate Instant Restaurant round, there is a lot at stake, and Vicky and I are here to win this competition. You know, we didn't come here to become top 5. We want to be top 1.
One thing I know, it's going to be really interesting, and this is only the start.
Wow, here we are. We haven't been here before, have we?
This is it. It's Ultimate Instant Restaurant, top 5. I'm so nervous about what's to come.
Justine.
I can't be too far off, I reckon I've heard them. A group of women walking up the road is not something we're going to easily miss.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. Oh, wow.
Bring on the Ultimate Instant Restaurant round.
You can smell the fear.
Okay, guys, first Ultimate Instant Restaurant.
The ladies are here.
The ladies are here, we better not keep them
Ladies'
waiting.
night at the
Ladies'
Paul
night.
and Blair's.
We need to know these, mate.
Coming up, double the cooking and double the gameplay.
Oh, that's not delicious to me.
Are you going to be picky now, Kelly?
There's $250,000 on the line. I know my mortgage needs it.
Will Paul and Blair survive the first ultimate instant restaurant?
Okay, guys, first Ultimate Instant Restaurant.
Look at all the ladies.
Paul and Blair look a little flustered.
I haven't had so many cuddles, I know.
You can see the nerves in the eyes.
It's all been a bit much, I think.
Geez, I haven't had as many hugs since I went to a reunion.
We're going to have to ask more girls over.
We've never been to Paul and Blair's, but I did not expect the boys to put this much effort into their decorations and things. It looks absolutely beautiful.
The theme is definitely 100% the boys. The surf is definitely up here in Queensland tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Swell. For those of you who haven't been here before, a little bit of a special welcome for Ladies' Night. Ladies' Night at Swell. And I hope your experience here is equally as swell.
Oh, that was bad.
That's lame. All right, well, I would assume we'd better get back into the kitchen because we have a little bit of work to do tonight. Right, see you girls.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks, girls. Stay safe.
Cheers. Next instant restaurant round.
Cheers.
I hate instant restaurants, especially with these people.
I'm just going to quickly do the next layer, mate, of the cheesecake. And then that's done. I'm on to the last layer of my triple chocolate cheesecake. It's imperative that I get this layer done back in the freezer. It's one whole dessert element, Dunsky. I don't want to put too much of the dairy on because it's just overly sweet.
Look, we need to know these desserts tonight, mate. Or can I reframe to say, you need to know these desserts tonight?
This is the only time that teams can have an influence over who's heading for that $250,000. We need to impress our guest teams.
That's going to take 15 minutes to set that last layer.
We're back in Queensland at Paul and Blair's, and it's the first ultimate instant restaurant at the top 5. So I'm expecting only good food, nothing less than that.
We're really putting the pressure onto these teams this time because they're operating their own a la carte restaurant. Game on.
Oh, mate, here they are.
Right, let's do this, mate.
Second time round.
Second time.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Hey, welcome. Some more men. Thank you.
2-3 outnumbered. Hey, mate.
Good to see you
Yeah,
again.
lovely to see you. Welcome back.
You guys look very calm.
That's good to hear.
Good evening. Bonsoir.
Hello.
Peter Manu arrived and they kind of break the awkwardness. I think we needed them to come at the right time.
Good evening, teams. Well, it feels so long ago since we first started these instant restaurant rounds. It's where it all started. Your homes and your kitchens. We've said goodbye to some very talented teams and some wonderful cooks. But now, just 5 teams remain. You guys. But as you know, at the end of this instant restaurant round, there will be only 4. So give us your best, be ambitious, be passionate, and show us why you deserve to be here.
Remember, in this restaurant tonight, there is the next My Kitchen Rules champions and the winners of $250,000.
This is our dreams. This is everything. We're so close now, aren't we?
Oh my God.
There's $250,000 on the line, and I know my mortgage needs it.
Oh, what's on the menu tonight, fellas?
If you'd like to turn your menus over.
It's a nice menu.
Oh, that's the response we want.
The boys have really come up with some creative dishes here. They're showing a lot of technique here. If they can pull this off, wow, it's going to be a ripper.
Sounds like a lot of work.
You'd be right at this stage. Yes, there is a lot of work.
Remember, each team can only choose 1 dish per course, but Pil and I will each choose a different dish.
Which one should we go for entree?
Having 2 choices is definitely going to introduce some strategies, I think, around the table. People might be picking meals that they think are harder to cook.
The soup?
What the hell is that going to be like?
We'll have to go that one, eh?
We're here to win this competition, so if we choose the trickiest dish, well, so be it.
We're going to take your orders, so ladies.
Could we please have for entree the prawns?
Yes, you can.
Tonight we need to agree on 1 dish to have per course. For main, would like the salmon.
The most difficult dish, I think, tonight out of the 6 dishes we're serving up is our salmon and our Moreton Bay bug ravioli.
We'll go the salmon for main. For main, we'll have the salmon.
It's the most labour-intensive dish that we've got tonight. We've got to cook them all just prior to service. It would be a lot easier if people order the beef cheeks.
Could we please have the beef cheeks?
Beautiful manners.
And for dessert, we would love the spice cake.
For dessert, we'll take one of your triple chocolate cheesecake.
A wise selection.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to head back into the kitchen and we'll see you soon.
Good luck, fellas.
Thank you.
Paul and Blair's menu tonight, it's pretty full on. They've got all this technical stuff to do, and to see those 2 desserts on the menu, they sound quite risky.
I'm just getting onto the prawns right now, mate.
Right, well, I'm going to start putting my soup in the plate, mate, because it's going to take a little bit of time to get that sorted.
It's time to get that tempura batter mix going. Ice crushed water with some flour, mix it together until it's a soft consistency. Tempura batter is just a very, very light batter, and that's exactly what it looks like. It's like a nice, healthy version of deep fry.
Oh, absolutely, mate.
With the prawns, mix them into a little bit of flour, into the batter, and then straight into that deep fryer.
Are we going to need to charm these girls, mate?
I think so, mate. Anything will help.
Well, they say the way to a man's heart is via his stomach. What do you reckon the girls are going to need?
There is no way we are going home. Our entrees tonight, we're hoping they're great, and we need a good start in our instant restaurant.
What do you think, buddy?
I'm really happy, mate. Well, I know these flavours are nice.
Yeah, the mayo is just there as a decorative measure.
You know, we've been asked to be a little bit inventive, and I think we have tonight. We've got some interesting flavours going on here.
We're definitely mixing this one up, aren't we?
A good scoop like that, mate?
Yeah. Prawns, they're a sweet meat, and the beetroot puree, well, that's sweet as well. So we're going to put some feta cheese, crumble that over the top of it, and with that saltiness, hopefully cut through the sweetness.
You happy enough with your batter, mate?
Yeah, I think it's nice and crisp and crusty, and that's what I'm after.
Part of this stage of the competition is about presentation as much as it is flavour. And what I see with our entrees, Blair and I are happy.
All right, mate. You ready to hand it over?
I certainly am.
Well, we've come a long way, and I can tell you something, we're going further.
Let's go.
Righto.
Next.
Ooh.
Is it delight or disaster for Paul and Blair's first dishes?
It's not what it says on the label.
All right, mate. You ready to hand it over?
I certainly am.
Well, we've come a long way, and I can tell you something, we're going further.
Let's go.
Righto. Your first dish is ready, the entree.
I hope you love it.
Putting down our entrees.
Thank you.
My first reaction is...
Thank you.
I'm pretty happy with the presentation, just quietly.
Thank you, Paul.
My absolute
Amazing.
pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, darling.
Coming through the middle.
Looks beautiful. My first thought is how big and beautiful and juicy those prawns look.
There is one thing I know about critiques for this instant restaurant round. They'll be brutal. The expectations are so much higher.
Paul and Blair. For entree, I tried the wasabi and avocado soup with marinated tuna and tofu mayonnaise. love avocado and wasabi together, I think works very well. I was expecting very smooth, creamy, with a big hit of wasabi, like, you know, like it's going through your nose and you go, ooh. I didn't get that because you start the menu with saying wasabi and avocado soup, not avocado and wasabi.
It would appear that Manu is a little bit disappointed.
Paul and Blair, I chose the tempura prawns with beetroot puree. I think your prawns were cooked to perfection. They were beautiful and juicy, just as prawns are meant to be cooked. However, for me, this dish, in a word, is quite sweet. That beetroot puree is sweet. The prawns, as we know, when they're cooked and they're gorgeous, are quite sweet as well. The basil, I enjoyed it, but I also think it could have been a lot better.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Thanks, guys.
We're definitely deflated. There's more pressure on mains and definitely more pressure on our desserts.
Well, that wasn't great. Not exactly a resounding start.
There's one thing I know. Most of those girls will be just about as happy as they can be. A bad start for us, great start for them.
The first dish of the ultimate restaurant round. Bon appétit.
Thank you. Thank you.
They definitely should have boosted the wasabi factor because it was non-existent.
I like the soup. It's cucumber, not avocado.
Yeah, it's
not avocado.
This soup just tastes like cucumber. To me, it was like a Lebanese cucumber blended.
I love cucumber soup.
Oh, I love cucumber.
Kelly has probably been to Lebanon, so she knows the difference between a Lebanese cucumber and a continental cucumber.
It's not what it says on the label.
I ordered avocado soup.
Not cucumber.
I quite liked the combination of prawns and beetroot. I just wish the prawns were a little bit more crispier.
That's the only negative?
Yeah, the only downfall was just that crispy outside is what I was looking for, and I didn't get that. I think it's a good start to a 3-course menu.
So you're impressed as well?
Definitely impressed. I think the boys have done a great job.
Everyone's definitely biting their tongue and watching what they say because we haven't cooked yet. And no one wants to critique harshly because then they know everyone's going to critique them harshly.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing. So,
we're feeling the pressure, aren't we?
Yeah.
what are those measuring jugs, buddy?
We know desserts are our weak point, so we need to take a step up from the entree to the main.
Some space gone. Yeah, tea-towels are gone. I don't know. Where's that ladle gone? Ladle.
If we don't get this right, we'll go home.
8 salmon, so we've got that and the ravioli to do, 16 ravioli.
For mains, we're making salmon with Moreton Bay bug ravioli. We've got to cook our salmons to order.
But what I'm going to do with these salmon, mate, I'm just going to give them a liberal coating of salt and pepper.
We have got a lot of work to do. It's the most labour-intensive dish that we've got tonight. We need to get ourselves moving.
So we're going to get onto the spice cake. I'm straight onto the spice cake batter. I've got to get it started and then I can rest it. And then when it comes to dessert time, I can just put it in the tin, put it in the oven.
All right, so basically I'm getting these sauces going.
I've got 2 sauces on the go here at the moment. For my soy and orange sauce with our beef cheeks, I need to be very careful.
Very salty.
Any Asian sauce or any Asian flavour is all about balance. And once again, it's about balancing the salty and the sweet.
Add a little bit of sugar, mate.
Yep.
The expectation is high. Every element needs to be just right in every dish.
You've got that champagne sauce going.
I move over to my champagne sauce. It links the salmon with the ravioli.
Just make sure we cook that alcohol off, eh?
Well, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do now. I want to get this champagne sauce reduced.
Tasting my champagne sauce, the one thing I wanted to avoid has happened. It tastes too winey.
Add a bit more cream to that, so I'm not happy.
You want to get it right, mate, because, you know, it's such an important part of our dish.
I'm really frustrated and I'm a little bit concerned. My plan at this stage is I'm going to keep reducing it and hopefully try and get some of that alcohol taste out. It's got to taste right.
I'm looking forward to the salmon with the champagne sauce.
Moreton Bay bug's not something you would see on a menu in Tassie, so that's why we chose that one.
Who's ordered the beef cheeks?
We did.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
You and I. So everyone else has actually ordered the salmon.
There are people around the table that are definitely choosing their menus strategically. Getting all of these salmons cooked perfectly.
Making your own pasta.
With perfectly cooked ravioli.
Pasta and crustaceans. Stay away from them.
A lot of opportunity for people to go, didn't like it.
I just would never think to put salmon like with something like a Moreton Bay bug. It's really quite different. Oh, that's not delicious to me.
Are you going to be picky now, Kelly?
I would hate to see some poor little Moreton Bay bug in something not worthy.
Chloe and Kelly have had some troubles in the past making pasta and seafood together, so I've got a feeling they've chosen this dish for a reason. You know, they want to see Paul and Blair fail.
I'm pretty interested to see how the Moreton Bay bug comes into the ravioli.
How do you think the Moreton Bay bug's going to get into the ravioli?
Hopefully it's stuffed in the middle.
I don't think Helena and Vicky are being strategic or trying to trick the boys up by ordering the salmon. I just don't think they really understand the technique that's involved. Maybe they're just a bit dumb and they don't realise what's going on.
Patience is a virtue, mate.
Coming up,
We're going to be struggling to get it out in time, I reckon.
the first ultimate instant restaurant comes unstuck.
I'm not going to serve those up.
This has been so tough for Blair and I.
I'm going to get on to the ravioli, mate.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, mate.
Yep. The most difficult dish, I think, tonight out of the 6 dishes we're serving up is our salmon and Moreton Bay bug ravioli. There's so many elements in this dish that you've got to get right. The salmon, the sauce, and the ravioli.
You don't want it too thick with that pasta, so it's going to take too long to cook, and then we'll overcook the Moreton Bay bug.
With the ravioli, we've got to make sure we get any air pockets out and we crimp it. It's very time-consuming, and even though I'm aware I need to do them quickly, I need to do them correctly.
We're going to be struggling to get it out in time, I reckon.
Yeah, but this is the big one, mate. We're going to put your love into each dish and each element.
Maybe we can pick up the pace. Paul can help me by starting to cook some of them off. We don't want to keep these ladies waiting too long. The more time, then they're going to hit us and hit us hard with scoring.
But patience is a virtue, mate, and this sauce needs time, and there's no substitute.
I taste the champagne sauce. It's not as winey as it was.
I mean, it is a champagne sauce. It's meant to taste like champagne. That's the whole point of it. It's lovely and creamy. It's strong flavour.
We're going to run with it.
Happy with that?
Mm-hmm. We do not want to go home. We are so close to the top 4.
How long has it been?
I reckon it's been over an hour. Yep. I hate being hungry. I think it's the worst feeling ever.
We're all getting pretty hungry.
I'm a little concerned for them. I don't know why our dishes aren't out right now.
The stakes have never been higher and there is just no room for error today.
The pressure's going to be on, so...
Who do you think's going to knock it out of the park?
Paul and Blair.
Paul and Blair, definitely.
Yeah.
You're saying that Paul and Blair will be in the grand final?
Oh, yes. We
Who against?
Either Bree Jessica or Helena Nami.
Whoa, I know. Thinking's not Helena and Vicky's strong point. They don't have a filter when they speak and they don't really have much thought process.
Chloe and Kelly, who's your biggest threat?
Thalia and Bianca. Thalia and Bianca have been completely consistent this whole time.
If we could kick any team out, it would definitely be Chloe and Kelly.
We'll take you all.
That's the spirit.
Ravioli's done, mate. I'm going to get straight onto those salmon, mate, eh?
All right, buddy. We definitely need to impress our guest teams tonight. They're going to judge us very harshly.
I'm cooking the salmon. If we don't cook it to order, which is medium, we're not going to get good marks. And that skin has to be crispy and well seasoned. I go to turn over the salmon, and the skin sticks. I've just lost 3 of my best salmon. And I'm not going to serve those up.
That's why I filled it as many as I did. So that one there.
Got to make sure that the rest of those salmons are cooked beautifully with a crispy skin.
It's time for my cheeks to come out. My beef cheeks.
Toast that.
These beef cheeks have been cooking for 3.5 hours.
Oh, fall apart. I can't believe more people didn't order it. I wish they had it, mate. Right?
We've got 3 beef cheeks to serve. We've got a whole heap of salmon. That's our main priority.
I'm not happy at all about how long this has taken. I'd say there's a very strong chance we'll get an absolute belting for taking as long as we have, mate.
The key to our salmon dish is simplicity. We've got a piece of salmon on the side, 2 pieces of Moreton Bay bug ravioli, and they're linked with that champagne sauce. It looks simple, but there's a lot of love gone into that dish.
Well, good luck before we go. This has been bloody hard work, mate.
It is. Let's go.
Okay.
We just hope that they taste right. Let's hope the judges like them too.
Your main is ready.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just think for Paul and Blair to look stressed. It's a big deal.
Paul and Blair look pretty nervous right now. Their first critique wasn't so good. They need to make sure this main is right.
Looks awesome. All the separate elements look good.
The skin's not crispy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, the beef cheeks look absolutely beautiful.
I'm excited. As soon as I see them, I'm excited. I'm like,
This is definitely the most nervous and scared that I've seen these boys look throughout the whole competition.
At this point in time, we realise that the word ultimate is a really good description. This is the ultimate instant restaurant round. This has been so tough for Blair and I.
Paul and Blair, for main course, I had slow-cooked beef cheeks in soy and orange sauce. That beef cheek, wow. It was just falling apart. Amazing. The flavor that you put in it, I wouldn't call it a sauce, I would call it a broth. I thought it was full-flavored. But unfortunately, that rice was stealing it from me by soaking it all that beautiful broth. The rice and few beans on top. Top 5. I needed a bit more than that.
If I was Paul and Blair, I would be freaking out right now.
Paul and Blair, for main course, I tried salmon with Moreton Bay bug ravioli. My fish was actually beautiful and moist. I think he did a tremendous job at getting it lovely and pink inside. Crispy skin? No? That's what I was looking forward to. Your Moreton Bay bug ravioli, I thought was brilliant. Nice filling. I would have loved more filling, so it was proud on the plate. And the sauce, mine had hardly any sauce, but what there was on there was a little bit winey, a bit... You haven't cooked the alcohol out. There's a lot of negatives I'm telling you here, because if you make it to the next stage of the competition, the finals, I want you to take all of this on board.
The boys are definitely flat. They don't seem like themselves.
Yeah, they look like they've just been sent to the principal's office.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd really be starting to doubt myself.
Yeah, right, that's not good again, but...
Oh, one. No, we had one.
Beef cheeks was good.
Yep, just have to get into dessert, eh?
Let's do it, mate.
No worries.
All right, buddy. The one genuine weakness we have, desserts, is the thing that we most need to perform with tonight.
For me, the beef is cooked to perfection. However, it's got beautiful flavour, but I think they could have made it more flavoursome.
I think that if the sauce had been reduced, that would have added the flavour that it needs.
I did like the ravioli a lot and I like the sauce on it. But yeah, the salmon was a bit overcooked.
I didn't really like the sauce, but I think that's just... I don't think I like champagne sauces.
Yeah, I'm not amazed.
It's enjoyable, but no wow factor.
You've got to bring it home with dessert, mate. So,
We do, buddy. For dessert, we're making a triple chocolate cheesecake and a spice cake.
we want 500 mils of this, mate. It's up to me now to get the salty coconut sauce going. Tablespoon of salt. It's about balancing the sweet with the salty. Not always easy.
The cheesecake, I'm pretty sure that one's nailed. However, the spice cake, got to get it into the oven. Well, am I nervous about them? I've got no timer on this cake, mate.
Okay.
This is really risky. If we overdo them, well, there goes our spice cakes. So I'm just going to bake this sweet dukkha to go underneath this spice cake.
So, Blair, I would say definitely at this stage we are in, probably murky waters, as it were. We have to get good results for our desserts if we want any chance for a place in the finals.
Triple chocolate cheesecake and a spice cake with lime sorbet and salted coconut sauce. Who ordered what?
Cheesecake.
Spice cake.
Spice cake.
We're the only team eating the triple chocolate cheesecake. Hopefully this is a winner.
Triple chocolate cheesecake didn't sound appealing to you, Jess?
As soon as you hear triple and chocolate and cheesecake all in one sentence, you know that it's going to be full of calories. That is not healthy.
Yeah, I don't know. Now that I think about it, it's quite a basic dessert. Do you think we could change it? Can we change our dessert?
What do you want to change your dessert?
Well, when you think of triple chocolate cheesecake, it's pretty boring. When you think of a spice cake with lime sorbet and coconut sauce.
So why did you go for the cheesecake then?
Talina's too scared to try different desserts.
This has never happened at any instant restaurant before. We've never had the choice.
You can go into the kitchen and ask them.
I think we should change it. Okay, let's go. Yeah.
You might have to clean out a couple of
saucepans. Well, we're working in the kitchen and we're working hard, and then, ladies,
Hey guys.
Ladies, how are ya?
what are they doing? Looking at it. Yeah, we code red. We got a code red. We got two twins. We need them out. Get them out of the kitchen now.
Vicky and I have a request.
Yeah?
We ordered the cheesecake, right? But now we've changed our mind.
It's not like a woman to change her mind, is it?
Is there any way we can have the spice cake instead of the cheesecake?
No problem whatsoever.
All right, thanks, guys.
See ya.
I would not be doing.
I'm happy with my decision.
They're waiting 10 minutes before it's to be served to change their dessert. Are they trying to stuff Paul and Blair up? I would have done it on entree time when I first decided I didn't want that dessert, not wait till dessert time. That's just rude.
Have you guys been bitching about us?
Look at that, mate. It's a beautiful looking cheesecake and only one person's going to eat it. I'd say we're definitely in dangerous territory.
Yes, we are.
Desserts aren't our strength.
Everything's riding on this spice cake.
What you like? That's done, mate.
No worries. If I stuff it up, well, there goes our points and probably our chance of staying in for the top 4.
Have a look at that and tell me if you're happy with that cake, buddy.
Shouldn't be as,
soggy?
No, in the middle, should be drier. It's quite brown on the outside, but I can tell it's way too dense at the moment. It definitely needs a bit more time in the oven. And now, my worry is it's going to overcook.
I've heard of living and dying by the sword, not living and dying by the cake. Desserts have definitely been our Achilles heel, but the one thing I know is that Blair's worked tirelessly to improve his knowledge base. Fingers crossed they come out okay.
Mate, this is going through nice and easy.
It's time to slice that cheesecake.
Hang on.
Rainbow, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, it looks beautiful.
All those layers are very clear and very definite. It's a massive job. It's come out how I wanted it. I just hope it tastes as good as it looks. The spice cake's been back in the oven for 3 to 4 minutes. It's time to get them out, cut them open, and see how they look.
Yeah, that looks beautiful, mate.
It's risen a little bit more, looks a little bit lighter, and a little bit fluffier.
It's got the cardamom in it, taste the nutmeg and the cinnamon, so it's a pretty moist cake, isn't it, mate?
No doubt, a moist cake will be made extra moist by the addition of this sauce.
Everything's riding on these desserts. Look, if they're perfect, we're back in the game. If not, we're in trouble.
I'm happy, mate. I think you've done an outstanding job. Yeah, you? Let's go. I told you, didn't I? So dessert has arrived.
What have we done? That cheesecake looks amazing, and we're now getting the spice cake.
We stuffed up, Helena.
Thank you.
Ooh, yeah. Smells amazing.
The smell from the spice cake is incredible. It's still warm. It looks like it's just come out of the oven.
Thanks, darling.
But it's just a cake.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah.
Just like any time you take food out, you just never know. We're always worried about dessert. Paul Manu, he's usually a man with a great poker face. But my cheesecake has undone his poker face because I can read him like a book. As he's going through that cheesecake, I can tell. He loves it.
Pete, as usual, gives away absolutely nothing.
For dessert, Paul and Blair, I chose the triple chocolate cheesecake. Seeing those perfect layers with 3 different textures, soft white chocolate and then a little bit harder at the bottom, and then the raspberries were frozen in it. Another texture, bloody hell. It was just to die for. I can't follow this at all.
Mate, I'm as proud as punch, you know. Desserts aren't our thing, and to put up something that Manu loves, yeah, I'm really proud. Now, if the spice cake tastes great, well, we might just get those scores that we're after.
Paul and Blair, for dessert I chose spice cake with lime sorbet and salty coconut sauce. If you had have put a little bit more sauce on there, you would have got a perfect score from me. The cake was moist, flavoursome. That sorbet was refreshing. And that bloody sauce, boys, it was good because it gave that salty kick. And that dessert I loved. Well done.
I'm absolutely shocked. This is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Well done, mate.
No, well done to you, mate. I'm going to hand that credit to you. No, seriously. That was 95%, and I'm probably taking more than I deserve.
Well, we're back from the dead. And who would have thought it? Desserts have saved us. I can't believe it. It's up to Pete Manu and a whole lot of ladies.
A whole lot of ladies. It's ladies' night, so I'm hoping they're feeling some love.
Sorbet's awesome.
I think that was the best dish of the night. That lime sorbet, that hit was, yeah. I did not expect the boys to pull off a sorbet, and they did.
I'm pretty happy with our spice cake, but I wish I could have tried that cheesecake.
I found weird having like an icy sorbet with a cake, but that's probably just me.
No, it's not you. I had the same issue. I don't know whether a nicer sorbet goes with a cake like that. The sorbet is really beautiful, but for me, the two don't go together.
I think the boys have done a good job at these desserts tonight.
It's now time for teams to score the first ultimate instant restaurant out of 10. For Paul and Blair, it's an anxious wait to learn their final scores.
And I think we need to expect some low scores tonight from the guest teams, mate.
Oh, look, mate, hey, it's easy to sit out there and chuck around a bit of criticism, but we'll see how they go when they have to do what we just did.
Standing here waiting for our scores, we're very mindful we need to score well because our place on the leaderboard counts. That was a hell of a challenge, mate. It really was.
So for entree, we chose the wasabi and avocado soup.
Yep.
Cucumber soup.
Yeah. Oh, that's all I could taste.
But it was really refreshing, but it wasn't avocado
No,
or
it
wasabi.
wasn't. It was like, meh.
We chose the tempura prawns. Yeah. We love our prawns. I think the boys did a great job. Just wish those prawns were a little bit more crispier, but besides that, I think they're perfect. Yeah.
We chose for main the slow-cooked beef cheeks. That beef was, it was beautiful. Delicious. It was like butter. However, I do question the use of the rice and the snow pea sprouts. It was a good dish, but it could have been a lot better.
So for main, we had the salmon with the Moreton Bay bug ravioli. I like the Moreton Bay bugs and I really enjoy the pasta. It's just my salmon was overcooked. And we did wait a while for that one.
So we chose the spice cake for our dessert. For me, I found the sorbet totally did not go with the cake at all. So I didn't mind the sorbet with the cake, no.
We chose the spice cake. We did, but did change our mind towards the end. I thought by trying out something different, it would be worth it, and it definitely was. That was the best dessert. I think it topped off the whole menu. So what are you thinking? I'm thinking around about a 7. 7? Yeah. The boys obviously had a few little things that didn't go right. Yeah. But the dessert was bloody amazing. I think the dessert was great.
We're going to score the boys 7 out of 10.
I think they did a good job.
I think they did a great job.
It wasn't perfect, but...
No, there was a lot of room for improvement, but it was still enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, a 7?
I'm happy with a 7.
For me, I loved half of the entree, half of the main, and all of the dessert. So for me, I'd probably give a 6.
Okay, let's go a 6.
I think we should score them a 6 because, there's elements in each dish that we're not too happy about. Can we give them a 6.5? No, let's give them a 6. Okay, we'll score them a 6.
Let's go to do it. We have one less team tonight, so our score is going to be less.
As well as we've done in our dessert, that's only 1 out of 3. I think we're still going to get hit pretty hard.
Are we nervous? Hell yeah.
Feels like years since I've seen it.
Inspired by family, Surfer Dads Paul and Blair felt prepared for their first ultimate battle.
Calm before the storm, mate.
Until entree was served.
Tasting the soup, I'm not getting what I wanted.
It could have been a lot better.
They raised the stakes with a highly technical main.
Crispy skin? No?
Still, it didn't meet high expectations.
The rice and few beans on top 5.
So it was left to dessert, their weakness to save the day.
I can't fault this at all.
That dessert I loved.
The guest teams have scored. Now it's time for the judges' verdict on the first ultimate instant restaurant.
Paul and Blair, I just want to say thank you for being the first team to dive into the deep end and take on the first ultimate instant restaurant. Well done. Now for the scores. The guest teams have given you a combined score of 26 out of 40.
Generous.
I'm shocked, actually. I thought we were going to get around about 20.
And now it's our turn. We'll be scoring each dish out of 10. For your entree, I tried the tempura prawns with beetroot puree. I thought your prawns were cooked beautifully. Your beetroot puree with your feta and basil was an unusual combination and a bit too sweet. The score I'm giving you for your entree this evening is a 6.
Paul and Blair, for entree, I chose the wasabi and avocado soup. It's not what I've expected. I enjoyed the flavor, but the wasabi is not pronounced enough, and the avocado is quite lost in that cucumber and vinegar flavor. The score I'm giving you for your entree is a 6.
At this stage of the competition, every point is crucial.
Top 5 expectations, a lot higher. So, yeah, not the best scores, a 6.
For main course, you created salmon with Moreton Bay bug ravioli. Your salmon was cooked to perfection. Not the skin. The cream sauce with the champagne was a good accompaniment if you had have had the technique down right. The score I'm giving you for your main course is also a 6.
Paul and Blair, for main course, I chose slow-cooked beef cheeks in soy and orange sauce. I thought your beef cheeks were cooked amazingly. The negative about your plate was rice just soaked up all that beautiful liquor on the bottom of the bowl. The score I'm giving you for your main course is a 7.
Those beef cheeks just saved the day for us. They just pulled us to that next level. 7's a much better score than a 6.
Paul and Blair, the dessert I chose was your spiced cake. I know desserts aren't your specialty, but it worked for me. Your cake was the highlight. It was lightly flavoured with those spices and that salty coconut sauce. If you had have put a little bit more sauce on there, you would have got a perfect score from me. The score I'm giving you for your dessert this evening is a 9.
Just by not putting enough sauce on, it's a 9 instead of a 10, but we'll take it.
Paul and Blair, the dessert I tried was a triple chocolate cheesecake. Really unbelievable texture-wise, layered, flavour, explosion, and it was definitely the best dish we've created on my kitchen rules. The score I'm giving you for your dessert tonight is a 10.
It's been a hard day in the kitchen, but to get that 10, it really makes the whole thing worthwhile. We're stoked.
So Paul and Blair, that gives you a grand total score of 70.
Better than I thought. I'm absolutely astounded. We got 70 out of 100. We're in with a chance. We're back.
In the first Ultimate Instant Restaurant, Paul and Blair have begun the battle with a healthy score of 70. But there are 4 teams still to cook.
Chloe and Kelly, you're cooking next.
Back to Perth again. We just hope we can change people's palates and just their expectations of food and what's normal. Yeah.
Kelly seems to think she's going to change all our palates magically with her beautiful touch of offal and brains. No one cares, Kelly. No one cares.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming.
You're nice and good.
Good luck.
Nevo will beat 70. I don't think Paul and Blair will finish on top.
Ready? It was a great night. Thank you.
We're changing the world, one palate at a time.
Double the entrees, double the mains, double the desserts. It's going to be double the trouble.
I may have to send it back if it's too rare.
Wow. I'm not leaving this competition until those girls go home.
Oh, I don't understand why this isn't working.
What the hell's this stuff at the bottom?
What is this?
This plate doesn't make sense whatsoever.
Is this the end of the road for the gourmet travellers?
I think we can still win this competition.
My Kitchen Rules Finals. Tomorrow,